Dumbest TikTok trends to ever exist.
Dumbest TikTok trends to ever fucking exist. The Benadryl challenge was a challenge where people would basically take a shit ton of Benadryl.
See, that's just stupid.
Now, why were they doing this? Because apparently it would cause hallucinations. But you know what else taking a shit ton of Benadryl causes? Death. Fucking death, which is exactly what happened to a young girl who did this challenge. The Blackout Challenge, aka the Choke Game, was a challenge where people would basically make themselves stop breathing so that they would pass out unconscious. I'm not making this up, this was a real thing. It didn't directly start on TikTok, but this trend made it more popular on the app. And surprise, surprise, 7 kids died trying to do this challenge.
Does not surprise me.
The Cha-Cha Slide
Yo, I've actually heard about this one. This one was actually pretty stupid.
Challenge was a challenge where people would film themselves driving to the Cha-Cha Slide. Whenever the song went to the left or to the right, you would basically swerve your car in that direction. And hella people would just straight up swerve right in the middle of traffic. The amount of dumbasses that got into a car accident doing this challenge is insane. The Penny Challenge was a challenge where people would put a coin on the prongs of a phone
I gotta
charger
tell y'all a
as it was
story real
still
quick.
plugged.
So one day in my class, a kid actually did this, and they actually had to bring the principal up. None of us got in trouble because they still didn't know who it was, but like,
Now, the point of doing this was to try and get a little shock, but in case you didn't know, that causes the outlet to fucking explode and can set your goddamn house on fire. And some kids were dumb enough to do this in their school. In March 2020, people started the coronavirus challenge where they would try to get COVID by licking the most random shit. Doorknobs, handrails, toilet seats.
all right, you're gonna get more than coronavirus.
Nothing was off limits for these fuckers. And yes, it worked. People got COVID from this. It also resulted in many people getting things much worse than COVID. Don't lick random shit, people. The Skull Breaker Challenge was a challenge where 3 people would jump up in the air at the...
I am a victim of this. Listen, whoever did this to me, oh, bro. What's crazy is they don't even live in my hometown no more.
the same time, and they would kick the feet underneath of the person in the middle. The point of this was to send the person falling back and hit their head. Oh, and surprise, surprise, some fucking kids got a concussion from doing it. Who would have thought something called the Skull Breaker Challenge would go wrong? The NyQuil Chicken Challenge was a challenge where people would cook...
So we're making lean chicken now. Yo.
raw chicken and cough syrup. Not only is this straight up nasty as fuck, but it's also extremely dangerous. For one, you should not be ingesting that much cough syrup. You're not a SoundCloud rapper. And when you boil cough syrup, you release a lot of aerosol. And you know what happens when you inhale too much aerosol? You can fucking die! The Slap a Teacher challenge is, well, pretty self-explanatory. Just casually assaulting teachers for shits and giggles. Now, TikTok tried to spread the narrative that this trend was a hoax at first, but that didn't stop a bunch of dumbasses from actually...
Y'all that got expelled from this, y'all probably over here saying worth it.
Doing this. And surprise, surprise, it resulted in someone getting jail time. The DIY Fang Challenge was a challenge where people were making their own vampire fangs for Halloween. But rather than just putting them on their teeth like normal people, they were fucking super gluing them on! I'm not making this up. People were actually...
Yo, that's gonna dissolve your teeth, bro. Like, that's gonna rot your teeth. Like, stop doing that.
Super gluing vampire fangs onto their teeth for a trend. The Throw It in the Air challenge was a challenge where people would stand in a circle, stare at their phone, throw an object into the air, and then try not to flinch as it hit them. Now, you think that for this challenge, people would throw really light objects so that they don't get hurt, right? No, not at all. People were throwing fucking heavy-ass objects into the air. One group did this challenge with a fucking ladder, like...
How did that work out for y'all?
You know, this challenge does seem really, really fun. If you want to get a fucking concussion, the Pee Your Pants challenge was a challenge where people would...
Yo. We actually got a challenge out there where you pee your pants! Gosh, dude, y'all are stupid.
Well, pee their pants. Now, why were people doing this? I have no fucking idea. The Poop Challenge was a challenge where people would take their poop and then...
Y'all, this is just a first grader thing. Like, this is
Nah,
stuff
bro,
that we
stupid
would
as
have done
fuck.
in
The
first
fire mirror
grade.
challenge was a
Y'all doing
challenge
it in
where
high
people would put
school.
a flammable liquid onto a mirror and then set it on fire. And apparently doing this would make the fire create a really cool shape. Ah, yes, a trend where young children set a fire in their house. Nothing could possibly go wrong from that. No, nothing at all. The hot water challenge was a challenge where people would literally pour boiling water on themselves.
Y'all are
Yes, people
stupid.
literally poured boiling water on themselves. I am not making this shit up. And of course, there were kids that got severe burns because they were stupid enough to do this trend. Look, I get that they're kids and stuff, but it's boiling water. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? The teeth filing challenge was a challenge where people would use a nail file to shorten their teeth. And it works. Only if you know what you're doing. But most people on this app are stupid as fuck and do not know what they're doing. So most people
You look like a shark.
ended up making their teeth look demonic as fuck. The people who did this trend out here looking like Jaws and shit. Is it really that hard to go to a dentist, people? Now, I'm sure most of you remember the frozen honey challenge. You basically put some honey in a bottle, you freeze it, and then boom, you got a tasty snack. Now, there's nothing wrong with this challenge if you only ate a little bit of the honey. But so many people were just straight down chugging all of this honey, and you know what that gives you? One straight ticket to the worst diarrhea of your life, baby girl. There was a beauty trend going around for a while where people would use Gorilla Glue
Yo, what's your obsession with Gorilla Glue?
to apply things like eyelashes, nails, etc. And some people were dumb enough to put this in their fucking hair. You know, a place where you kind of shouldn't put fucking Gorilla Glue on. They put a big fat label on the bottle telling you not to put the shit on your skin for a reason. It's an extremely strong adhesive that's meant for things like stone, wood, and glass. It's not a fucking beauty product. Another dumb beauty hack trend was the face wax challenge where people would put loads of wax all over their face and then peel it off. Now, in general, there's nothing wrong with waxing your face. It's a great way to get clear skin. But this shit was so over the top and covered your entire face, including the eyes. Not a good idea. Your skin is pretty easy to peel off, and I'm sure you like it on your face where it belongs. Another dumbass beauty hack was one where a bunch of wannabe Kylie Jenners put erection cream on their lips to make them more puffy. And while it does technically work,
Yo, this is erection cream, not lip filler cream.
it's a very stupid thing to do. It's called erection cream and not lip filler cream for a reason. Experts say that doing something like this can cause pretty serious side effects, such as soreness, swelling, blisters, fluctuations in blood pressure. Oh, and how could I forget? Fucking heart problems. Nutmeg challenge was a challenge where people would eat high amounts of nutmeg because apparently it would get you high. Now, why is doing this such a stupid idea? Because eating
Yo, if we get 300 subscribers in the next year, I will do this challenge.
that much nutmeg can cause very serious health effects, such as seizures, organ failure, and fucking death. How can we forget the milk crate challenge? The challenge where people would try and climb over a pyramid of milk crates. The people
Nah, this was actually entertaining though. I mean, obviously not for the people that are doing it, but for the people that are watching it.
doing this trend were practically begging to get their necks broken. Milk crates are very weak and extremely durable. They're not exactly designed for people to walk on them. The amount of people that actually got themselves injured from doing this fucking trend is not even funny. TikTok literally had to ban all of the videos and the trend because of how fucking dumb people were being. For the fire trend, people would put a flammable liquid on their body and then set themselves on fire. Now, originally, people were just doing simple stuff like hand sanitizer, and if you know how to do it right, it can make a really cool trick. But people on this app were being fucking stupid and using liquids like gasoline. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, there's no way people were dumb enough to do that. Oh, no. People were dumb enough to do that, sweetheart. There was a trend where people would mix jelly, hand sanitizer,
Nah, that's just gonna irritate your eyes, bro. Don't do that.
bleach and shaving cream in a Ziploc bag and hold it up to their eye, thinking that it would change their eye color. And people genuinely believe that this worked. Now, baby girl, I hate to break it to you, but a bunch of random ass items from CVS does not change your eye color. The art of fractal wood burning had its own trend on TikTok for a while. This is an art of designing wood that uses a very high voltage tool and should only be done by professionals. Because if you fuck up, there can be very bad consequences, like setting your house on fire, which is exactly how multiple people who tried this died. The Kia challenge was a challenge where people would break into cars and steal them. People would post themselves hot wiring a car and then taking off with it. And for
Y'all are just incriminating yourselves. You understand how stupid that sounds?
some reason, people were specifically stealing Kias and Hondas. This fucking trend alone caused Kia and Honda thefts to skyrocket over 2,500%. Committing auto theft for a TikTok trend. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is next? The rob a bank challenge? And how could we forget the devious lick trend? A trend where people...
Yo, I am a victim of this. Somebody stole a dictionary from my bag, bro. Subscribe for a part 2.